My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Dicey Dungeons. The Inventor says, are all these stats on a big rotating stage? How does the shopkeeper move around so fast? Guess if I win Ultimate Knowledge, I can find out. Alright, we'll be taking the second episode, Double Rubble. There's so much equipment lying around. Why make one gadget after each combat when you make two? Wait, not can. Must. That's the word. We find extra equipment and we start with double equipment and upgraded hammers, and we make twice as many gadgets, which means we destroy twice as many pieces of our own equipment. This effectively seems like it's just gonna hyper-cycle my build, so I'm only gonna be able to hold on to one, like, effective tool guaranteed at all times. So I should just find one very effective thing, upgrade it, and focus on using that. Inventor, my determined little friend. How are you getting on with my dungeons? You know, I'm not actually 100% sure they're fair. I think some episodes might be harder than others. Oh gosh, surely not. How terribly unjust that would be. I must look into it. And actually, the more I think about it, the more it seems like you must have realized already. Oh, I don't think that could possibly be true, my dear. It doesn't sound like me at all. Anyway, in you go. Have a great episode. Don't get trapped forever. Especially when Lady Luck says have a great episode, I really feel like she's talking to me. I really do in my heart of hearts. Alright, so 2 upgraded hammers. They're the 6 entries, right? Woo! That's a lot of equipment we start with. Yeah, 2 upgraded hammers, 2 spanners, and 2 pea shooters. Okay, so we'll probably remove like a spanner pea shooter after the first couple of fights. So I can burn all of the enemy's dice 2 times. So it's important. Burn all dice means burn their maximum amount of dice, not their remaining unburnt dice. It's important because burn all dice hit 3, and then it hit 3 again. It might matter later if there's anything that changes the amount of dice an enemy has access to in a single turn. Yeah, I think the only thing here is just like... pretty good sound. I go pea shooter first, spanner second. Great. And then back into equipment to try and make sure that I have things to fill it, but it does look like it's coming from loot. Oh, okay, right, yeah, so each loot is gonna give me 2. That makes sense. I was wondering where I was getting all of this extra equipment from. Yeah, single crossbow in there seems good. After the next combat, we'll probably destroy crossbow and spanner. Yeah. Oh, 2 swords. Neat. Yeah, so they're all just fodder. Swords are better than crossbows, I think. Yeah, swords are better than crossbows, so I want crossbows eaten while I'm fighting garbage enemies, like the smaller enemies. Easier enemies, that is. Rose is weak to fire. This is also the first time I've seen Rose, interestingly. So that's 3. Felt like I'd probably seen all of the characters. Clearly misguided. Let's combine all. Doesn't matter either way. Fine, we can take as much damage as we want on the kill because we're healing back up anyway. And heck, it'll even get me my focus. I'm gonna go spanner. Yeah, because that guarantees that I get offered crossbow here. Extra reward is 2 sparks. Just collect both of them. I'm always gonna be collecting everything here, I think, is this character. I currently feel like it's probably always correct to be burning my easiest equipment, but maybe crossbow becomes better than sword later? I'd have to have like a pretty decently synergistic build, so to be having to have like crossbow or something like that. Sorry, not crossbow, but crowbar. But that would mean I would need like a really static build, and that static build is not something that's going to be available to someone who's trashing 2 pieces of their active equipment at all times. Yeah, crossbow's never going to be better than the sword in this, I don't think. Unless we're talking about the versatility, being able to charge it up over 2 turns. As long as I get a single chest per fight, I should not run out of resources. That's a combine all right there. And even burn one of the enemy's dice with that spark. Woo! Baby! Only 4 damage taken. Absolute heaven. Thank you, Marshmallow. If only every enemy were as kind. Pea shooter's the most garbage, so I'll remove that first. Yeah, I keep both of the hammers. I think I'm gonna need to keep both of those hammers at all times in order to really do anything decent on this run. I should also start to consider the elemental weaknesses of the enemy after the enemy that I'm fighting, so that I can direct what I decide to destroy. Yeah, so it looks like next fight we destroy a crossbow and a sword. Bumps are really important later, though. Because I think the bump gadget is... What's the bump gadget? Is it increase the value of all die by 1? It might be time to focus. Getting 2 good hammers off this turn is pretty big. Yeah. +1 on that dice value. To slot 1 into the crossbow. Hell yeah. Enemy still gets access to their free spell. That's fine, though. I heal up after this anyway. Speaking of healing up after this anyway, I'm just going to go for both of those gadget hits. Hope the enemy hits me again this turn. They do so. I get my focus. Then we can kill. Yeah, it's the mega bumpers +1 to all dice. Is Doppeldice's value as flamethrower? Like never, right? Flamethrower is too valuable. We saw it previously. The fact that we could set up the possibility of doing a double giant flamethrower on turn 1 to the boss is just it's so destructive. Venus Flytrap. Do damage on a 6, restore 2 health. That probably upgrades to do damage on even, restore 2 health. Kind of garbage. Upgrade equipment on the flame makes a lot of sense on the flamethrower really quickly. But the thing is, when the flamethrower is upgraded, it actually takes 2 positions. See? And the reason that's a problem is it means that I can end up in a situation where I'm offered burn the flamethrower or hammer. That would be a rough time for me. Also, currently it looks like I'm burning 2 bumps in the next fight. Guess I'm burning a bump and a hammer in the next combat, and then after that I put in a sword, and I've got a hammer, a bump, and a sword, so I burn a bump and a sword, and I have a hammer and a flamethrower left over? Ooh. Okay. Another thing is after I beat this next enemy and get 1 gold, I'm going to come back and I'm going to buy this scrap metal just so that I have another piece of fodder to eat. Just going to need it. actually don't even have enough dice yet to use the flamethrower. Oh my god. Ryan. Yeah, I probably should have considered that one. Still got the Dryad, though. You think you can beat the trees, do you? Feeling good? Trees are waiting, they'll eat you when you're gone, mate. Dang it, they gave another... See, mate doesn't work in any accent, but... the Commonwealth. Ones in particular, I guess. Go for bump, I guess. And yeah, it has to be hammer. This is the decision I was threatened by beforehand, but... oh well. I wasn't going to burn 2 bumps anyway, so I guess it's fine that it went like that. Collect the lockpicks, that's fine. That's some good fodder to burn as well. Scrap metal. Okay, so we'll make sure scrap metal is in there. Make sure that a bump and a lockpick is in there. That should be good. Forgot to get the HP. Good work, you idiot. Ooh, electromagnet. 2 copies of that as well. Okay. I do really like electromagnet as like a decent damage dealer for us, but if I burn 2, what's it? It's bump and electromagnet. Yeah, I'm fine with burning bump, but maybe I put lockpick there because I don't actually need bump in the combat. Yeah, you can never make me burn flamethrower or hammer after the next combat. I have a guaranteed safe 2. This gives us the most options fighting the Sneezy first. Okay, I'm gonna split this into... I'll focus. Then I'm gonna +1 to all dice, and that just gives me a bunch of 1s back. Which is entirely unnecessary because I'm gonna kill with the flamethrower on turn 1. Alright. Borrow equipment. Yeah, just burn a lockpick here. Magic dice also looks pretty good there. So put another lockpick and another electromagnetic in right now, or do I save an electromagnet for later? So maybe I should alternate between having good equipment and having good gadgets, right? So one fight I have good equipment from, like good equipment in my normal equipped slots, but good gadgets from the equipment, or rather bad gadgets from the equipment that I burned at the end of the previous fight. And when I have to burn good equipment, I take bad... When I have to burn good equipment so I get good gadgets, I take bad equipment into the fight. Or I can afford to take bad equipment into the fight to burn it. So it's kind of alternating. We have a powerful fight and then a non-powerful fight. So I think for that reason, we'll take in... I don't think scrap metal's important yet. I think I need to use that to try and save something much more important later when I have 4 different 1-box things and another 2-box. So I think now I'll go lockpick sword. I'm not actually even going to be able to afford to upgrade equipment this floor. That's rough. Oh, that's really, really annoying. Right? Because I only get 1 gold per enemy destroyed. Repeat next attack twice. Beautiful. So this is one that we want to burn just before a boss because it gives you access to Fury. And Fury on turn 1, then Flamethrower with a bunch of 6s in it, deal a ridiculous amount of damage to the enemy on turn 1. We've done it before. It's going to be good. Yeah, go to this Haunted Jaw first. The shop might have stuff that's too expensive for me or a trade that I don't want, but the chest is always going to have something useful for me here. I probably do just want to flamethrower on turn 1 here. Enemy's strong against poison, so poison clouding them doesn't seem a good idea. Fine. It's a bad flamethrower, but getting it out on turn 1 and then focusing on everything else for the rest of the combat seems fine. Also having that burn when the enemy is so incentivized to start stacking that blight on turn 1 seems really important. Oh god, can I stop rolling such garbage? Clearly I have no say over that. Ooh! The enemy can only actually give me 2 poison that turn. That's almost the best it could have been. If they didn't roll anything under a 3, they couldn't have even poisoned me, which would have been absolutely side-splittingly hilarious to watch them double nothing. Shame they got me. Lockpick with the sword. Hey, thank you for the scrap metal. Beautiful. Now I can start throwing those in pretty willy-nilly happily. So I'm level 4. I just leveled up. I've got another level 3 this floor, and there's probably what, a level 5 and 2 4s next floor. No, that's not enough. Two 4s and a 3 then. Oh no, wait, but then there's another level after that. Okay, so this map is a lot longer. These chocolate cookies we're gonna have to save for a really long period of time. Much longer than I thought I was going to have to. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Sweet. Alright, bully. Burn? I don't know. It seems like so little in damage. Do 3 damage and it's got uses for basically any die. Yeah, okay, that's much better than the return we could have gotten from flamethrower though. Perfect. I'll leave focus for a later hit. Against some sort of an enemy that isn't already dead. You know, those pesky living enemies are more countered by those hits. Sword and then scrap metal, right? Having barricade, like having access to just barricade every single turn, so the effect you get, the gadget you get from salvaging the scrap metal is really damn useful. Not to be overlooked. Spike needs a 1 and it does 1+1 damage. Why is that useful? I don't think that's useful for this character. Keyblade, deal 3 damage, return the dice. So that's just a free 3 damage that I can have access to at any point. Yeah. So, is there anything in the other shop that I want for 2? Because maybe I do leave with that. There's not. I'm gonna take that piece of scrap metal and then I will take this Keyblade. Because now I can throw a Keyblade in here. Great. And bump? Yeah, bump's ultimately not too valuable for us in this deck. So I'm happy to burn the Mega Bump earlier rather than later. What I burnt after the last fight was a barricade and a sword. The fact that I have access to a barricade means that I should probably go fight the Kraken here. Kraken's physical damage can be really, really disappointingly powerful. So focus on turn 1. I think I have to, otherwise I have nothing to do with all of these dice. Mm-hmm. 3 damage when I turn the dice. I'm also going to make sure that I use the actual shock. Sure, it shorts me 5 damage on the flamethrower, but especially if that stops the enemy from using one of their overwhelms or something like that, it's worth it. Yeah, it's us cursed. No overwhelms, though. The enemy didn't even roll any evens. They had no ability to do that. Let's be going straight for the head, then. Okay, so this does burn down to magic dice. That's the same as the electrodynamic bonus. Sorry, electromagnetic bonus, rather. Burns scrap metal, and then I'm hoping for bump. Again, scrap metal and bump, I'm probably best geared to go for the more powerful enemy right now. Okay, we'll put a Whisper. Oh, I was about to say, we'll put a Whisper in, but put 2 in. So Whisper and scrap metal burns after this, and then Whisper and scrap metal after that. Whisper is definitely only gonna, like, weaken 3 enemy equipment or something like that. I think Whisper and Chocolate Cookie are gonna be the things that I want to burn before the boss fight. I think it's those 2. And I think I need to have access to Flamethrower and Hammer. Everything else, negotiable. Really want to be in a position where I have like a bunch of 6s in hand, then I can mega bump all of them, and then I can focus in order to hit all of my new 1s. Get all those 6s. Ooh, that'd be so good. No reason not to mega bump right now, I feel. Maybe I weaken the enemy's equipment rather than shocking them. Because this enemy has 4 that are all the same, so even if I shock one of them, they'll just use other things instead. Actually, I guess then it means more to get 1 shield. Oh, never mind, I forgot. The enemy is weak to fire, so they're just naturally already dead. Beautiful. If it's gonna be that simple, I'll welcome it graciously. So yeah, the Theremin is 3 earth damage, so it actually doesn't weaken them. That's a problem. But I'll use the Whisper right now, because then Scrap Metal I know is going to be offered in the next batch. It's not a Mimic. Alright, fine. So Copycat copies our equipment. You better copy my rolls, otherwise, ouch. You're gonna have a bad time here. They actually have to die if they want to use the flamethrower. That's ridiculous. Oh, that's so pleasing. They actually could have done me a real number right there. Hell yes. Unfortunate, but that's the Keyblade. And that's the hammer. Yeah, I forgot to equip extra pieces of equipment. That's my bad. I can copy equipment right now, though. Hang on. Hang on. I could get a second flamethrower and then just always burn 2 small things afterwards. That's so hard to do. But I can copy the flamethrower and then not use the second flamethrower. That makes more sense. Yeah. I'm gonna copy flamethrower. And then not use the second one. Duplicate it. Oh my god. need those counterfeits upgraded real bad. All right, so scrap metal and then whisper and then another flamethrower. I have the ability to do this. Ugh. This is such a glass cannon kind of thing. Is it glass cannon? No, but it's just like it exhausts all of its aggressiveness real quick. Or aggression. It's got those 2 attacks. Yeah, I can't do that against the loud bird. If the loud bird evades, then I just lose both of my flamethrowers and I have to watch as the enemy just murders me. I'm gonna need access to electromagnet. Oh my god, I actually need access to another attack as well. I'll keep whispering there. Weakening the enemy's equipment is probably gonna be... that's probably gonna remove a dodge from the enemy so I can start using electromagnet or something like that. At least I hope so. Alright, Loudman. Shocking through the equipment is super useful as well. This is probably the only turn where I can get a safe flamethrower, so I'll take it. And also weaken a piece of your equipment just in case. It's fine to silence me a bit. I wasn't really planning. Never mind. I was planning on using those. Alright, you got me. It's fine though, because I think I still will. Happily make sure that I weaken the enemy equipment. Again, this is pretty much just to try and make sure that they can't use Echo Blast, but... Ow. No effects. I can actually still weaken their equipment. That's good enough for me. So I have the kill next turn, even if they manage to evade with the flight. Perfect that they don't, though. I will collect my win, trash the 2 pieces I know I'm going for, Theremin and Barricade. Okay. Whew, I have a lot more equipment coming in. I was very, very scared about what was about to happen. Okay, ray gun, that's some trash equipment I can throw out. Lightning rod. It's the first time I've seen this. Discharge 0 damage. Take damage to charge them. Interesting. I don't think that goes with this build, but... Interesting. Throw away a lightning rod right now? I kind of do want to see what it would become. Sure, show me. We're gonna need a good focus turn or something like that. Also, by the way, I have the Jester on this floor and then I have the boss next floor. So I have 2 chocolate cookies. I should probably use 1 against the Jester this floor, 1 against the boss next floor. Wow, this is a really, really unfortunate roll. Absolute garbage. The only thing I can do is a really bad flamethrower here. But if it's the only thing I can do, kinda gotta. Well, at least you can't burn me that much. Okay. I'm gonna try and get this to get hit by curse. Good. The other ones are actually useful. Damn. Thank heck we have Barricade, otherwise we'd be losing a pretty decent amount of damage in this combat. All's almost well until I saw that double there. Oh, whew, beautiful. Well, I guess I was guaranteed to kill that turn anyway, because I had the backup. All right, so it is static shock. It's just deal 3 damage, so it's lightning. Fine. That's interesting. Lightning rod has no lightning on it whatsoever, except for obviously, you know, saying lightning, but it doesn't do electrical damage, and yet the gadget you make of it does. It's interesting. Not what I expected. Go for that and then a ray gun. Cornelius. Ooh, Cornelius is a problem. Cornelius starts with a single die and then gets extra die every turn until Cornelius destroys you. So I feel like I probably need to be more powerful. Chocolate cookie, electromagnet, and ray gun. So the idea is that we repeat the flamethrower and repeat the electromagnet and repeat the ray gun when they're available. We only have 4 die going to the fight though, so repeating a flamethrower isn't that likely. Actually, no, it's not that unlikely either. I think I can do this fight. And then eat the appropriate materials afterwards to fight the Jester. Although I might want to heal up before this fight. Yeah, I'm going to heal up. I guess I should have gone for the 8 and left that 10 in there, though. All right, Cornelius. At least I have the upgrade after this as I go back to the Jester. So Cornelius gets an extra die every turn. Yeah, we've spoken about that before. I feel like I probably do focus here on turn 1. I could repeat the next attack and double electromagnet here on turn 1. Just focus, double up in concrete, and then double in electromagnet. I think I do that. Because getting my scaling damage going as quickly as possible seems basically the most important thing I can do. Cornelius gets an extra dice every turn, so they will actually start snowballing out of control. They're just not doing it yet. So now it only takes a single die next turn in order to get chocolate cookie ready. It's worth noting we're not going to be able to get our focus back because obviously if the enemy hits us at all, we're already dead. So outside of burning our own die, focus is not something we can really get like that. That said, thankfully here, that's another double on the electrodynamics. Yeah, beautiful. We're going to be fine. Not electrodynamics, electromagnetic, but I'm usually saying electrodynamics, so I'm sure you can hear me. And if you can't, I hope you can find your way to do so. No need to do any doubling there because we've already got the kill next turn. Hell yes. Maybe that's something I should consider in the future. Keeping electromagnet in these kinds of scenarios so that I have something to overwhelm Cornelius with. Because it was really useful tech to have there at that time. So we burn chocolate cookie, definitely. And we need to keep the ray gun, right? So next turn we have flamethrower. What do we desperately need to keep in hand? Flamethrower, flamethrower. Duplicate? I'm going to burn electromagnet here. But I need to figure out what I'm actually going to have going into the boss fight, right? Because I want to burn a counterfeit and a chocolate cookie in this fight. So I want both of those in there. Great. Which means that I burnt the right thing because I needed a half space so that I could fit all of this in. All right. And then in my final combat, I go in with a chocolate cookie and a counterfeit on my die. So I can duplicate all die and I can repeat attacks at will. And I walk in with what? Flamethrower, lightning rod? That doesn't seem useful. I think I'm going to need to move backwards and find some damage in like one of these shops or something like that. Let's also go to this upgrade first. I'm going to have enough dice in the final fight just off of having counterfeit as a gadget. So I think for that reason, upgrading this counterfeit doesn't make sense. Let's go to the backpack. Lightning rod. Well, I can make the lightning rod easier to cast. Let's exit here. We can actually come back. Check the shop. We only have 3 gold, but we can get access to a 4th. Shovel. I can make shovel half size. So that means in the final combat, I'd be taking in flamethrower, a half size shovel, and a ray gun. That's probably enough. Yeah, the shovel needs to be upgraded to be half size though. Oh, it doesn't upgrade to be half size. Dang it. So that means what? My final fight is shovel, flamethrower. That doesn't seem like it has enough damage. No, it'll be fine. It doesn't need much ongoing damage. Yeah, it doesn't need much ongoing damage. After those fireballs are done, the enemy is already going to be dead. What's going on with you guys anyway? Why are you still fighting? Why haven't you been defeated yet? This can't go on. Oh, it's just magic dice. Oh, no, wait, hang on. I haven't actually burned a counterfeit yet. Never mind. Oops. Get that and get closer to chocolate cookie. Ah, yikes. Hell of a lot of damage the enemy is capable of doing there. Okay. So let's like keep in mind that we can consider the Jester's maximum damage on a turn is probably like 18. It's rough, but it can help us. Charge that up and go straight for the kill. Bye, Jester. Wow. Oh. I never lost this often. But you know what? You're not gonna win, but I'm glad you're trying. Stick at it. Burn the dungeons down. Why not? I kind of like as he casually comes around. Okay, duplicate all dice. There you go. And then double your next action. Beautiful. Flamethrower, throw the ray gun out, and get a shovel in there as well. And it's boss time. Inventor versus Aoife. Let's go. Hey, it's over, Dice Kid. All few words after my own heart. Clearly not. Duplicate all dice, don't exit. I mean, a lot of these are kind of garbage. I have no even, so I can't even like do a shovel that's worth anything. Yeah, I can't use that bad a flamethrower. I need them to have even damage. If the enemy has dodge, I'm screwed. No, but you do have shield. Oh no. Alright. Let's... Focus, clone, fury. Double my flamethrower. And then I'll just flamethrow again straight for the kill this turn. And here I was almost worried. Surely probability demands that you'll triumph this time. No, don't do the math. Come on, focus on the wheel. My Jester voice isn't clocked in for today. Oh, looks like a no. But surely that means you're bound to win next time. That's another episode complete. We've got challenge, do more than 40 damage in a single attack. I could have sworn I'd done that before, but we've collected the gargoyle for it. Their favorite food is raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper, kettles, and warm woolen mittens. Their greatest fear is turning into flesh, likes sitting still while birds build a nest behind my ears and picking it up and throwing it onto the ground. Hee hee! And their reason for entering the dungeons is to make so many people sad down here. That's an unfortunate downer to end on for the moment, though. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Dicey Dungeons. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you for our first victory as the witch, hopefully, next time.